Final product, here we go. This is up, YouTube. Now, I know I said I was gonna do a video of me putting it all together, but I ended up just throwing everything on there, and now I'm gonna show you what I did, because working with two hands and holding the phone and everything, it would have just been way too complicated. So, the handlebars aren't on when you get it. Front wheel's not on. Training wheels aren't on. Seat's not on. So basically, the first thing I did was I come up, I took these 4 bolts out, took this faceplate off, put the handlebars in there. There's little lines, so I matched them up as close as I could get them, pretty good. Put these 4 bolts back on. I tightened this one a little bit, this one a little bit, then this one, or no, this one a little bit, this one a little bit, this one a little bit, then this one a little bit. And I just kept going in that order, like a star pattern, you know what I mean? Like so. That way it tightens down on all angles and goes in right. And the other thing I had to do was the headset was off a little bit, so this wasn't lined up with the forks, so it was like the handlebars were bent this way and the tire was bent that way. So we had to loosen this bolt and loosen this bolt, get that lined up, tighten this one down a little bit, tighten this one down a little bit, and vice versa. Just keep going. Make sure you do it evenly. You have to do them evenly, or there'll be too much pressure on one side and it won't work out right. And then took little spacers out of here, and I was right, the quick release is for the front, so we got that all situated. Now when you're putting quick release or anything like that where you're putting a tire in, take the bike down out of the stand and set it on its own weight, so that you get this lined up right. Because if not, your brakes might rub and all that other stuff. I had to learn the hard way on that bike doing that. So took it down out of the stand, got the front tire in there, spin it, brakes work good, spin it again, brakes work good, spin it again, brakes work good. So there's that, got that on. And then the training wheels. Okay, this was a little bit of a hassle, and there's a couple issues back here that I have to address. I'm not sponsored by Commencal, so I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm going to tell you exactly what I like and what I don't like, and the problems and some issues and all that. I love the bike. I love the way it looks. I love almost everything about it. The one thing I don't love is they have this rear hub smushed. And what I mean by that is this bolt right here, and there's another one over here that you can't really see. It's down in there. They have them way too tight. So when I go to pedal this, it's like super hard in some places and then not hard in other places. Like it has like a dead spot kind of. I don't know any other way to explain it. But like right there, it's like really tight. And then even back pedaling, like see if I can get it to do it. Sometimes when I back pedal, I can even get the back wheel. I can get the wheel to move with the back pedal. And it's definitely not supposed to do that. And what's causing that is they have this rear hub way too tight, and I put this one kind of loose so I could show you guys this. Spacers, take this off, another little spacer thing. They have these bolts way too tight on there too as well, which I get. You don't want the kid's back tire to fall off, but they have that hub smushed, so the bearings are getting way too much pressure on them, and it's causing an issue. And once again, I learned that from this bike. So another thing, when you get these, the training wheels aren't installed, so it comes like this. That little spacer's in there. At first, when I put these training wheels on, I thought that this spacer wasn't supposed to go there with the training wheels on, because it's kind of the same, but it is, because this, show you this, goes right over top of it, as you can see there. So yes, do leave that spacer on. So it goes, when you put the training wheels on, spacer, bolt, okay, let me show you on this side, hub bolt, then spacer, and then the other bolt, I forget what they're called exactly, and then this spacer, and then training wheel, and then washer, and then your 17 mil bolt, or 15, whatever it is. I haven't even looked yet. Just put that on there, finger tight. And another thing I wanted to show you guys, another thing I can tell how they got it on here way too tight, is I almost already rounded off a bolt. Get that to focus. Come on. Hold on, we're having a focusing issue here. Okay, as you can see right there, that's a little bit where it rounded off. I'm trying to get these bolts loose, because I was trying to get them 2 bolts loose so that I could loosen up that hub so it would spin freely. But I can't get it, so instead of me destroying the bike and everything else, I'm just gonna take it to Trek and have my mechanic at Trek check everything out, make sure nothing's actually wrong with the rear hub or the cranks or anything like that, and get that spinning freely. For now, just for him to sit on it, it'll work, but that does need to be addressed ASAP, because it could cause way too much wear and tear on your bearings, because they're literally being like smushed together, like, and it's just not good. So yeah, there's that. Got the pedals on. That's another thing. They are labeled left and right, so you can tell easily. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you do get one of these bikes, I highly recommend, before you let your kid ride it or anything like that, go over every single bolt on the bike and make sure that it is tight. If you have a torque wrench, torque it to whatever it's supposed to be spec'd to, just to save yourself a headache, or even stop your kid from wrecking, the bike falling apart, somebody getting hurt, whatever the case may be. Just be safe. Go over every bolt. It only takes 10 minutes. So definitely do that. I've already pretty much done that. I'm gonna check the cranks, make sure they're all tight. I know the back end's tight. It's too tight, but I will have Trek do that, because I don't have all the right wrenches to get that off. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could probably get this back wheel off. But being that I almost already stripped that one and rounded it off, I'm just gonna let them do it, instead of messing up my son's brand new bike, because I don't have all the proper tools yet. So yeah, guys, that's how to assemble the Commencal Ramos. Now, so far, Ramos, whatever, I'm not gonna let this little bit of a rear hub issue. Whoa, what was that? Oh, okay, never mind. The training wheel. I'm not gonna let that ruin my impression of the bike. I think it's a great bike. It looks really solid. I think he's gonna have a blast on it. There is that little gap right there that I don't like the way that looks, but that's not like an actual problem with the bike. That's a problem with with whoever put that together. They were just probably in a rush, coming down an assembly line, and just cranked it down way too tight, which I get it happens. But that's the only problem that I've had so far. It's my only gripe, I guess. But yeah, guys, so that's the bike. Leave a like, comment, subscribe with any comment with any questions you might have. Subscribe if you haven't already. And hopefully here soon we'll have videos of me and him riding together. All right, have a good one, everybody.